Priya had asked an interesting question. Priya Patil. कहाँ से हो प्रिया? From which state? महाराष्ट्र? प्रिया ने मुझे पिक्चर भेजा, बोला कि सर वी आर कॉलिंग दिस समर solstice, but it is winter, and we are calling this a winter solstice, but it is summer. See, when we look at the summer solstice or winter solstice, we look it with the perspective of north hemisphere. Why north hemisphere, you can ask? There is no logic behind this. North hemisphere, because most of the human population lives in the northern hemisphere. Most of the countries are in northern hemisphere. So whatever will be the season in northern hemisphere, according to that we will decide which solstice we are in. So if it is if it is summer in northern hemisphere, we will call it summer solstice in northern hemisphere. If it is winter in northern hemisphere, we will call it a winter solstice. ठीक है प्रिया? It's clear? तो क्या प्रिया नहीं समझ में आया या नो व्हाट? नो डाउट और नो इट्स नॉट क्लियर येट? Or you are not from Maharashtra? Or not clear? What's not clear? You can unmute yourself. क्या नहीं समझ में आया बताओ? हाँ, क्या नहीं समझ में आया? Like if you can ask specifically what's the problem is, because I think it's clear to others. So concept is pretty simple. When it is summer in northern hemisphere, we will call it a summer solstice. When it is winter in northern hemisphere, we call it a winter solstice. It does not depend upon the season of southern hemisphere. इतना ही है. ठीक है. Is it clear to all? So summer solstice doesn't mean it's summer everywhere, or winter solstice doesn't mean that it's winter everywhere. And then the concept of equinox. Up till this, we have read. Now, let's dive deeper into this. Something that was talking in the last class, apparent movement of sun. How the sun actually move like? This is sun, right? Big bright sun. Sun rays are coming like this. And this is your Earth surface. Now, if the axis of the Earth would have been straight, if it would not, have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it would not have been tilted, क्या होता? If it wo the light would have been going up to the pole every day, right? So every day there will be morning here. So whichever part is here, देखो, let's suppose you are standing here. This is a curve of the earth and you are standing here. Now imagine yourself on the surface of the earth. What we see that sun rises, right? हमको लगता है कि sun is rising. Sun comes overhead straight and then sun sinks. This is how sun is visible to us normally. So if you are at equator and if earth is not tilted, what you will feel that if the sun is rising at 6 a.m., it will take 12 hours for the sun to remain visible in your part, in your eyesight. If you are standing at a place for 12 hours, you will see the sun has risen. And then after at 6 p.m., let's suppose, it will start going down. And then it will lit the other part of the earth for next 6 hours, right? So 6 hours yahan morning hoga, yahan day hoga. Is it understandable to everyone? Similarly, if you are standing here also, slightly on a different latitude now, if you are not at equator, you are a slightly upper region, you will see the same. You will see the same. एक minute, wait करो. So what a person standing here will see, that if the sun is rising at 6 a.m., the earth will start rotating, and then at 6 p.m. it will sink. The same will happen to this person, the same will happen to this person. For 12 hours, he can see the sun. For 12 hours, he will not be able to see the sun. Now, if the earth is tilted, this is very tricky. यहाँ पे ध्यान देना. Earth is now tilted. The sphere has gone like this. Now your equator is this. Your Tropic of Cancer is this. Your temperate line or 66-degree line is this. And this is your poles. The sunlight is coming in the same way, straight. When Earth is tilted away from the sun, or I should say, northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, what will happen? There will be summer in this hemisphere, and there will be winter in this hemisphere. So you can see now, because of the tilt of Earth, let's suppose this is winter, December, as we saw here. ये वाला situation imagine करते हैं. 22nd December. So on 22nd of December, sun ray is not falling straight on equator. It's falling straight on कहाँ? Tropic of Capricorn, because of the tilt. ये समझ में आ रहा है क्या तुम लोगों को कि why? Because of the tilt, the sunlight will not fall directly on the equator, where if it would have been straight, the most direct light would have been falling on the equator. But now the most straight light is not falling on the equator, but it's falling on the Tropic of Cancer. Similarly, if we look at this date, because Earth is tilted, the most straight line, the direct sunlight, the most focused light is not falling on equator, because equator has now more tilt than this. So more heat will be falling on Tropic of Cancer. Is it clear? ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर में समर के दिन सबसे ज्यादा गर्मी होगी, और ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न पे विंटर में, हमारे जब विंटर होगा तो वहां पे ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न में उनके समर में सबसे ज्यादा गर्मी होगी. Now these two positions are easy to understand, but what will happen in these days, बीच वाले दिन में क्या चल रहा है, इसको थोड़ा समझेंगे. But before we go to that, one more thing you need to understand here. Let's see this picture again. This is 22nd December. Sunlight is going like this. If you can see, this part will not be getting any light. इस 66 के बाद वाले को कोई भी लाइट नहीं मिल रहा है. No matter how much Earth rotates on its axis, Earth 24 hours rotate करेगा, but still a person who will be standing here will not get the sunlight. Let me draw another picture. The sunlight is coming like this, right? Now you can see that because of the curvature of the Earth, this part is not getting any light. यहाँ क्या हो रहा है? As the Earth will rotate, it will get light. पहले अच्छा इसको थोड़ा और ऐसे थोड़ा सा और डिटेल से समझते हैं. Any person who is standing at the equator, for him what happened? For how many hours he can see the sun? मान लो कोई बंदा इधर इक्वेटर पे खड़ा है, इसको कितनी देर तक सनलाइट दिखेगी या सन दिखेगा? For 12 hours he can see the sun for 12 hours, because if we draw that line of luminescence, so that line of so what we can see is that any person who is standing here will see the sunlight for 12 hours, because for the 12 hours in this part you have the sunlight. But a person who is standing here, इसके लिए क्या होगा? When it is 6 AM, ये क्या है? ये मान लो कि तुम्हारा 0 डिग्री है, ठीक है? दिस इज 0 डिग्री. So when you will have 6 AM at 0 degree, this person, he cannot see the, अच्छा एक मिनट, यहाँ देखो, this person नीचे, एक मिनट रुको, ये इससे नहीं क्लियर होगा, just give me a second. ये मैप देखते हैं। यहाँ पे जो आदमी खड़ा है इक्वेटर पे, इसको सूरज दिखना शुरू होता है और ये 6 बजे सुबह से सूरज देखना शुरू करता है। He can see the sun at 6 a.m. in the morning, and he will able to see the sun till 6 p.m. I'm just supposing it is not necessary that he will be seeing the sun at 6 a.m. I'm just taking any number. When it is 6 a.m. here, what will be the time at this place? It will be more than 6 or less than 6? Anyone? What will be the time at this place? Just a random guess. More than 6 or less than 6? अभी यहाँ पे, because this earth is rotating in this direction, और हमने एक्सिस के हिसाब से देखा है, this latitude is behind. If this is your 0 degree, यहाँ पे मान लो ये लंदन का टाइम है, so this place is behind London. So here it will be, let's take probably it's 4 a.m. So the sun will rise at 4 a.m. here. Both of them can see the same sun, a person in the London and a person here, a person, not the London, person at the equator, and the person here on the Tropic of Cancer can see the same sun, but their timings are different because of their different latitudes. Now imagine this person has started moving, or the earth has started rotating, and after 12 hours he will be again here, but still some part of earth will still be lit. तो ये आदमी क्या है, he can see the sunlight for more than 12 hours. क्या यहाँ, इसके यहाँ सुबह जल्दी हो गई, 4 बजे ही सूरज आ गया, और रात में देर से सूरज डूबा. तुम लोगों ने ऐसा नोट किया होगा that I don't know how many of you have traveled, but if you have been to South India, in South India, length of day and night are almost same. Length of day and night is almost same. It will be around 12 hours or so. But the length of days and nights change drastically as we start moving up. So जैसे हमारे यहाँ समर में क्या होगा, let's suppose in the northern India for summer, हम लोग लगभग इसी ट्रॉपिक के कैप्रिकॉन के आसपास हैं, तो हम देखते हैं कि सुबह बहुत जल्दी हो जाती है, सनराइज विल बी वेरी अर्ली एंड सनसेट विल बी वेरी लेट. So for us, the length of day will be around 14 hours, sometimes 15 hours, and the length of the night will be less, 10 hours, 8 hours. नोटिस किया है सबने ऐसा? Mhm. Now, this is happening because of the tilt of the earth. Now, I think it is understandable to you कि why someone here can have more number of hours. Now, think about a person which is at the pole. At the pole, no matter how the earth will be rotating, for the 24 hours, this part will always be in light. है ना? 24 घंटे अर्थ कितना भी रोटेट करे, ये वाला पार्ट तो हमेशा लाइट में ही रहेगा. इमेजिन कर पा रहे हो? This part will always be in light. So here the day will be of 24 hours. Similarly, if we talk about a person on this, at this place, think about a person at this place. It is already 6 here. यहाँ पे इसके घड़ी में भी 6 बज गए हैं because it's 6 here. So on all these lines there will be 6. For him, the sunrise will happen very late, maybe at 7 or 8. एंड सनसेट विल हैपन वेरी सून, क्योंकि इसको सनराइज कितने डिग्री तक ही कैन सी द सनलाइट ओनली फॉर दिस ड्यूरेशन, द डबल ऑफ दिस ड्यूरेशन. Similarly, as you move away from the equator, a person at the South Pole in the summer, no matter how much Earth rotates, he will always be in dark. इसको कभी नहीं दिखेगा सन. ठीक है? Sorry, we will come to that. Just first, let us understand this. He will be in dark, he will be in the light. Now, as the earth will start rotating, earth ने ऐसा rotate करना start किया. Again, let's go back to our original, this question. एक minute. So, this is our earth, and this is the sun. मान लो इधर से सन है, ठीक है? So on the summer solstice, this part is towards sun. The northern hemisphere is towards sun. But as it comes to winter solstice, as it comes to the equinox, this part is getting the same amount of day or night than this part or this part or this part. क्योंकि sun rays is coming to all these parts equally. So यहाँ पे जब ये 24 hours ऐसा rotate करेगा, if this, I hope you can see this rotating. So यहाँ पे जब ये rotate कर रहा है, तो हर part पे equal days and night हो रहे हैं. On the equinoxes, if you can imagine this, on the equinox, the length of the day and night on all these points will be same because there is no tilt, right? यहाँ पे भी ये 12 घंटे तक पूरा चलेगा डे एंड नाइट, यहाँ भी 12 घंटे का दिन और रात, यहाँ भी 12 घंटे का दिन और रात. ये समझ में आ रहा है? सिमिलरली इक्विनॉक्स पे स्प्रिंग में भी 12 घंटे का दिन और रात, क्योंकि वहां पे ऐसा सिचुएशन नहीं बन रहा है कि एक कोई पार्ट अर्थ की तरफ, सन की तरफ झुका हुआ है. अब नेक्स्ट, इन दिस पीरियड अगर तुम इमेजिन कर पा रहे हो तो सन कुछ इस तरीके से मूव करता है. You should draw this. This is a very simplified diagram which clears a lot of doubt. This is 21st June. Let's suppose the sun, and this represents the sun. Sun is directly shining on the Tropic of Cancer. This is equator, this is Tropic of Capricorn. On 23rd September, let's suppose this is 23rd September, the sun is directly parallel to equator. The sun is directly shining on equator. On 23rd December, let's suppose we come to 23rd December, and sun is directly shining on Tropic of Capricorn. And again, in autumn, in the spring, sun is shining directly on equator. तो हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि from 21st June, sun is moving towards equator. Then it moves towards Tropic of Capricorn, and then it moves towards again equator. इस तरीके का एक मूवमेंट हो रहा है, and again then it will move towards Tropic of Capricorn. तो बेसिकली एक zigzag movement है. Sun will start moving toward from Tropic of Capricorn, will come to equator on 23rd September. On 23rd December, it will go to Tropic of Capricorn. Then it will again come back to Tropic of Cancer. तो इसको एक्चुअली ऐसे ड्रॉ करते हैं. ये ड्रॉ कर लो तुम लोग. Equator, Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Capricorn. Let's suppose sun starts from equator. So equator is 22nd September से मान लो start करते हैं, या फिर मार्च से start करते हैं. Let's suppose start with 23rd September. On the 23rd September, sun is 23rd September, sun is on equator. After this, in northern hemisphere, we will start feeling winter, and sun will start going towards south. इसको 4 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर लेते हैं. On 23rd September, sun is now starting to move towards Capricorn, or in southern hemisphere. So it will go towards southern hemisphere. This will be directly above the head in the southern hemisphere on December, 22nd December. Now sun will start moving towards, और मैं अभी sun बोल रहा हूं क्योंकि it's apparent movement. It looks like the sun is moving, but actually earth moves. We will see that, but first इसको understand करते हैं. इस दिन क्या हो रहा है? 22nd December के बाद now we are in March. 22nd March. So 21st March, not 22nd. 21st March, and sun is again at equator. Now sun will start moving in the northern hemisphere, and it will be summer in northern hemisphere. It will reach up to its peak in June 2020, 21 June. And then it will start moving towards this. And finally on 23rd September, it will be again on equator. तो इस सन का एक apparent movement है. Why this apparent movement is happening, this is something that we will try to understand. Why it looks like the sun is going towards north or going towards south. ये ड्रॉ कर लिया सबने? All of you drawn this? Okay. थोड़ा सा ध्यान दो. Try to visualize. We are in equinox, and all the points on the earth are getting equal sunlight. ठीक है, इक्वेटर पे अभी सन है. Now earth will slightly moving towards this direction. So the sun ray which was directly focused on equator will slightly move upward. यहाँ पे इस पोजीशन पे जो थे तो sun ray was coming directly. Let's suppose the screen is the sun and the sun ray is directly coming and hitting the earth in the center at the equator. But when the earth will move something like this, it will not fall on equator but fall slightly up. And as it will keep moving, the sun rays will keep moving up and up and up. But the maximum movement that can happen is up to the equator. क्योंकि 23.5 degrees equator बोल रहा हूँ, up to the Tropic of Capricorn, it can maximum move. And after that, when we are in this situation, यहाँ पे मान लो कि इधर से सन रे आ रहा है, this is your sun, this is your sun. So if sun ray is now coming directly on Tropic of Capricorn, from here earth has now started moving in this direction. Up again, the sun rays have started going down, and by the time it will come here, the sun rays are again on equator. The most focused sun rays are again on equator. समझ में आ रहा है? यहां से हमने चलना शुरू किया, इक्वेटर पे था, थोड़ा थोड़ा अर्थ मूव कर रहा है. Each day it's moving towards Tropic of Capricorn. तो ये ऐसा नहीं होता कि अचानक से मूव हो जाता है. तुम अगर 23rd को देखोगे, it's 21st March. So if you look at on 22nd March, it will be slightly above the equator. The most focused sun ray will be slightly above equator. You see in April, it will be midway somewhere. तो ऐसा 10 डिग्री के ऊपर हो सकता है. तुम ऐसा मई में आओगे तो it will be most focused somewhere on 20 degrees हो. और ये जून तक आते आते फाइनली you will see it is most focused on this line. अब इसका प्रैक्टिकल क्या है? एक बहुत अच्छा इसका एक एग्जांपल देखने को मिला. What was a match was happening in गुजरात. गुजरात में कौन सा स्टेडियम है? मोटरा छोड़ के एक और पुराना वाला कौन सा स्टेडियम है? उसी का नाम बदल के रख दिया क्या? नहीं, उसके एक और स्टेडियम है ना उधर. Which cricket stadium is in गुजरात? अहमदाबाद में कौन सा है? ठीक है, जो भी स्टेडियम हो, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल. तो मैच वाज हैपनिंग इन गुजरात, and suddenly what happened that as soon as we reached 12 o'clock, suddenly all the shadows of all the players disappeared. कोई भी आदमी कोई भी शैडो नहीं बना रहा था, थोड़ा भी शैडो नहीं था, एकदम कंप्लीट शैडोलेस हो गया. Because sun came directly overhead. When sun will come directly overhead, there will be no shadow. Generally, these incidents are very rare. तुम देखते होगे कि ऐसे भी normally भी when it is 12, there will be some shadow. There is some shadow because even at 12 a.m., even at 12 p.m., if the sun is not directly above your head, sun rays, if let's suppose कि आज का दिन है 22 मार्च और तुम हो ऐसा 20 डिग्री लैटिट्यूड में इंडिया में कहीं किसी प्लेस पे, जब 12 बजेगा तो सन इज नॉट above your head. Sun rays are coming from south, slightly south. समझ में आ रहा है? But someone who is at this angle, at this latitude, उसका कोई शैडो नहीं बनेगा 12 बजे. So similarly, when it will come to 21st June at 12 p.m., there will be no shadow of anyone who is there on 23rd degree, 23rd or 23.5 degree north. No shadow. यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक नो शैडो वाला दिन एक बार आएगा, बट फॉर ऑल अदर पॉइंट्स एट 20 डिग्री नॉर्थ पीपल हैव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी ट्वाइस. एक बार दो जब सूरज इधर से जा रहा होगा तो इट विल मेक अ नो शैडो डे, एंड अगेन व्हेन इट विल स्टार्ट कमिंग बैक इट विल क्रिएट अ नो शैडो डे, एंड दिस विल बी समवेयर अराउंड अगस्त और सो, अगर यहाँ पे हो रहा है. ये समझ में आ रहा है तुम लोगों को कैसे नो शैडो काम करता है? ठीक है, तो this is apparent movement of sun. We feel like the sun is moving, but because of the tilt of earth, sun is moving from north to south. So शायद somebody was talking about उत्तरायण and दक्षिणायन. अब तुम्हें समझ में आ गया कि उत्तरायण और दक्षिणायन क्या है. अभी हम लोगों को क्या लगेगा, if somebody is here, it will look like कि sun is coming from the south. तो दक्षिणायन हो गया, सन दक्षिण से आ रहा है. But opposite will happen when sun will start going from this direction. That will look like sun is coming from the north. दक्षिणायन हो गया. ठीक है, वृंदा कह रही थी ना. तो sun is not actually moving. It's actually earth because of which we feel the change. अच्छा, एक चीज तो हमने और भी देखा था. I don't know how many of you have been in Kota and all. देखो तो अभी दो तरीके का हम चेंज देख रहे हैं. In Rajasthan, anybody who is from Gujarat or Rajasthan, even from Maharashtra, what is the normal sunset time in your state? Sunset in summers, what is the normal sunset time? कितने बजे अंधेरा होता है? कोई है इधर से? गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, राजस्थान, पंजाब. Yeah, he's saying 6:30. 6:37 is in summers, people are saying. Okay, anybody from Northeast Assam or any North Indian state? What is the sunset time in your state? Any Northeast? When I saying around 5. 5 p.m. naturally, normally you will find the sun is setting in this region. Sunset, when or sorry, sunrise, what is the normal time of sunrise? 6 a.m. is quite late, I think. It will be much earlier than that. So if anybody is from Arunachal and all, they will tell you that around 4 a.m. they will see the sunlight. 5 is the latest during summers. 5 is the latest that they are seeing the summers. The sun will rise at 5 and set at 5. Why this difference is happening? Because we have selected 82 degree as our standard time. तो इनकी घड़ी में तो 6 तब बजेगा जब यहाँ 6 बज रहा है. ठीक है, when the sun will come here and it will like 6, let's talk about 12. So it will be 12 p.m. in their clock when there will be 12 in UP. And it will be 12 here also. But sun will not change its routine because of our clock decision. सूरज तो यहाँ 1 घंटे पहले आएगा ही. So if sunrise is happening here at 6, it will happen here at 5, and it will happen here at 7. Similarly, I've been to Rajasthan and all, and there in summers, sometime it's till 8, it is bright daylight. Chandigarh se agar koi hoga, to in Chandigarh I used to live, and there during summers you will find कि 7 बजे 8 बजे तक तो एकदम उजाला है. वृंदा saying कि अंडमान वो 4:30 और 4 में हो जाता है. हाँ, so this is happening because we follow this Indian standard time. Now this difference in time, ये है लैटिट्यूड के चलते, सॉरी ये है लॉन्गिट्यूड के चलते. अब लॉन्गिट्यूड का लैटिट्यूड का क्या इंपैक्ट हो रहा है वो देखते हैं. At equator, equator, Earth is about 8 degree, so Tamil Nadu is about 8 degree. So let's consider that near to equator. So in Tamil Nadu, the length of days and night will be same, 12 hours during summer, 12 hours during winter. There will be not much change. But as we come forward, as we come up and up and up, so somebody who is living in Ladakh will tell you that in summers, the days are of 14 hours, 15 hours, and nights are very small, 10 hours, 8 hours. होता है ऐसा? Anybody from Ladakh area? Rising है क्लास में, ऐसा होता है ना? हाँ. So as we will be moving up, we will see that the length of day in summer is increasing. If we will move further up, so Ladakh is about 30 degree. But if we'll move further up and we'll go to areas of like 60 degree, you will find that day is now 17 hours long. As you will move further up, so in Alaska and other regions, you will find days of 20 hours. Now there is a word I think many of you might have heard, the land of uh, midnight sun. सुना है किसी ने? Which is this place, the land of midnight sun? Norway. So what's happening in Norway? Now I think you are able to understand कि why in Norway, although the clock will tell you that it's night, because clock तो हमने decide किया है, तो clock will tell you कि it's 10 p.m. but it still be sunlight. There will still be sunlight. The night will be very short, of 2 hours, 3 hours long. And opposite to this will happen during summers, sorry, during winters. In winters, you will find that in Norway, the night will be of long hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, 15 hours, maybe even 20 hours, night long, and days will be very short. Now, probably you can think how lucky you are that you are in India. We do not think about a life in such a place where there is no fixed routine of your life. You cannot wake up every day early in the morning and you can see the sun. And that's why their lifestyle is adopted to that. Sometimes when we start copying Westerners, we do not understand this thing. उनकी मजबूरी है, उनको दिन में भी काम करना पड़ेगा बल्ब जला के. In winter, it's 10 a.m. and it's still night for them. If they will not switch on the light, they're not gonna get anything. They cannot do anything. For us, so think about that winter period. If the sun is rising just for 2 hours, just for 5 hours, nothing will grow. You cannot do any agriculture. So I have a friend in Latvia, Lithuania, near Latvia, Lithuania. So he was telling me that they grow crops just for one season. They can grow crop just for one season, because in the next season there is no sun, there is extreme cold. So ये सारा अब मुझे लगता है बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स हमने डिस्कस कर लिया, एक एक करके जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ लेते हैं इसको. The longest day and the shortest night on 21st June. ठीक है, ये समझ में आ रहा है? Longest day and shortest night, and this is called as summer solstice. This is clear, I think. 22nd दिसंबर को ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैप्रिकॉर्न पे चला जाएगा डायरेक्ट सनलाइट, and it will be summer in the southern hemisphere. इसको विंटर सोलिस्टिस बोलेंगे. 21st मार्च and September 23rd को सन फॉल ऑन द इक्वेटर. यहाँ पे इक्वल डेज एंड इक्वल नाइट्स होगा, इसको इक्विनॉक्स बोलेंगे. ठीक है. सितंबर 23rd को इट्स ऑटमन सीजन और स्प्रिंग सीजन. स्प्रिंग सीजन बिकॉज स्प्रिंग क्यों बोल रहे हैं कि इसके बाद से अब नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में गर्मी आना शुरू हो जाएगी. ठीक है. दिस सीजन फ्रॉम March 21, like now we are moving into summers. So spring agriculture and all will start in our country, एंड ये पूरा रीजन, गर्मी फिर जून के बाद से गर्मी कम होना शुरू होगी, फिर यहाँ से ठंडा आना शुरू होगा, फिर यहाँ पे ठंड खत्म होना शुरू होगा, तो ये पूरा सर्कल चलता रहेगा. एंड दीज आर जस्ट नोमेनक्लेचर, डोंट लोगों को नाम वो अच्छा लगा, उन्होंने नाम रख दिया बस, उसमें और कुछ नहीं है. So you find these are the days, you find that there are days and nights and change in season because of rotation and revolution of the earth respectively. I don't think कि तुम लोगों ने सोचा होगा कि 6 के एनसीईआरटी में इतना कुछ पढ़ना है, but things are now making some sense to you. एक स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पे हमने एक स्टेटमेंट मैंने नहीं बताया था तुम लोगों को, अब ये स्टेटमेंट तुम लोगों को शायद समझ में आ रहा होगा कि the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. ये समझ में आ रहा है? At least once का मतलब समझ में आ रहा है? Between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, sun will be overhead at least once. Tropic of Cancer और Capricorn पे सिर्फ एक बार ही होगा एक साल में, बाकी सारे पॉइंट्स पे क्या होगा? मोर देन वंस हो सकता है, तो ट्वाइस होगा, एटलीस्ट ट्वाइस, at or बोलते कि at max twice in any in any region between this in 1 year sun will be directly overhead twice, and on the lines 23.5 half south and 23 half north it will be only once. ये लाइन समझ में आया अभी? एनसीईआरटी की एक एक लाइन आश्चर्य हो रहा है ना कि मतलब इतनी इतना इतना कुछ था एनसीईआरटी में एक लाइन में. हम्म. नहीं मतलब मुझे तो बहुत आश्चर्य होता है कि भाई क्या है, मतलब 6 क्लास के बच्चे को पढ़ना है ये. चलो ठीक है. नाउ वी हैव कवर्ड 3 चैप्टर्स. आगे बात ये मैप में देयर इज नथिंग मच. मैंने तुम लोगों को बताया था कि आई विल टेल यू अबाउट डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्शंस ऑफ द मैप. आई विल टेल यू अबाउट डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्शंस, वही उसमें इंपॉर्टेंट है. मेजर डोमेन्स ऑफ द अर्थ में अगेन ये थोड़ा सा लाइट है, सो कर लेते हैं. some definitions you will be knowing. There are 3 components of the earth: lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. So lith means stone. तो जो solid portion of the earth है it's called as lithosphere. Atoms is gas, so gaseous layer is atmosphere and water is hydrosphere. Now I put a star mark here. With hydrosphere compromises water in all its forms, even water vapor. So there is this confusion, a lot of confusion, that should we consider water vapor as a part of hydrosphere or should we consider it as a part of atmosphere? Because वो तो air हो गया है, water vapor is in the form of gas. So should we consider it as a part of this or this? So your NCERT is saying hydrosphere as a part of, or water vapor as a part of hydrosphere. So समझते हैं इसको. ठीक है. भाई तुम लोग क्या, मेरे पापा ने तो मुझे बस समझा दिया था कि वो अर्थ के पीछे चला जाता है मून तो अमावस्या हो जाता है, और आगे आ जाता है तो पूर्णिमा हो जाता है। मैं भी खुश था कि मुझे अमावस्या पूर्णिमा पता है। बाद में पढ़ के पता चला कि अच्छा नहीं। तो फिर मैंने पापा को पढ़ाया कि अरे पापा आप गलत बताते थे, अमावस्या पूर्णिमा ऐसे नहीं ऐसे होता है। नाउ बायोस्फीयर, बायोस्फीयर इज the narrow zone where all these things meets and life exists. Bio means life. So where land, water, air will come together, life will be formed. Now in lithosphere, we read about solid portion of the earth. इसमें earth's crust है, continents हैं, ocean basins हैं. Now one thing that we need to understand is that all oceans in the world are connected to each other. देखेंगे डिटेल से इसके बारे में, बट पहले जितना छोटा छोटा है इसको समझ लेते हैं. All the oceans are connected to each other, and the level of seawater remains the same everywhere. Now think about bucket. You have 5 buckets, and all the buckets are connected to each other. If you will pour water into one bucket, what will happen? The water will flow into all other buckets, and the water level will eventually become equal in all the buckets. So because all the oceans are connected, the sea water level remains same everywhere. And the elevation of the land is measured from the sea level, which is taken as 0. So जो sea level है इसको हम 0 मान लेते हैं. So you might have heard कि the height of mountain is about 8,000 kilometers. Now this 8,000 kilometers from where? अंबानी के घर के ऊपर से, या वैष्णो देवी से, या दिल्ली से, फ्रॉम वेयर? बिकॉज ऑल दीज रीजन्स आर एट डिफरेंट हाइट्स. तो एक कॉमन ज्योग्राफिकल मेजर क्या है कि जो ओशन लेवल है एवरीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, फ्रॉम देयर वी चेक द सी लेवल, वी टेक इट एज 0 एंड वी मेजर एनी हाइट फ्रॉम देयर. तुम लोगों ने अगर, आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर क्यूरियस इनफ, बट दोज हु आर माइट हैव सीन that at many railway stations they write some numbers कि 500 centimeter or 500 meter above the sea level, समुद्र तल से ऊंचाई, ऐसा हिंदी में कहीं कहीं लिखा रहता है. तो समुद्र सी लेवल ऑफ द लेवल ऑफ द सी, और सी लेवल का मतलब ये नहीं कि जो गड्ढा है वहां से नापेंगे समुद्र का जो गहराई है. सी लेवल इज कि सारे लेवल का, सारे ओशंस का जो एक सी लेवल है. ठीक है. Now, I hope all of you are aware of this different continents. So we have Asia, Europe, Africa. ये सब तो बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. And we have oceans. Now there are some important features of this that we need to read. ये मैंने क्या बताया है, PMP वीडियो. अरे forget about this. देखें, करने लायक है. चलो कर लेते हैं इसको. ठीक है, जल्दी जल्दी कर लेते हैं. कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं जो याद रखनी है. सो एज आई टोल्ड यू, एवरेस्ट का जो सी लेवल देखते हैं वो सी लेवल से देखते हैं, और मैरियाना ट्रेंच जो हमने कल भी डिस्कस किया था, द डीपेस्ट प्लेस, वो यहाँ से. एडमंड हिलरी एंड तेंजिंग नॉर्वे दे क्लाइम्ड माउंट एवरेस्ट. एशिया, ये अच्छा एक इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है कि एशिया कहाँ से कहाँ तक है. इट्स क्वाइट कंफ्यूजिंग कि व्हाट फ्रॉम वेयर टू वेयर वी हैव एशिया. So Asia and Europe is divided by this mountain called Ural Mountains. And Russia is half in Asia and half, or most of the part of Russia is in Asia, and some part of it is also in Europe. So Earl Mountain divides Asia and Europe, and the combined landmass of Asia and Europe is known as Eurasia. यूरोप के बारे में तो पता है अपने को. Africa is the second largest continent. And one very interesting thing about Africa is that all the three lines, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, and Capricorn, all the three are passing through Africa. Now, the only हाँ ये हो गया. उसके बाद इधर अफ्रीका में the Sahara Desert, the world largest hot desert, is also located in Africa, and it also has the world longest river, that is Nile. Now you might have heard about Amazon. The world largest river is Amazon, but the world longest river is Nile. Largest in the sense of the flow of the volume, और length को लेके भी काफी dispute रहता है कि which is the largest, which is the longest, but NCERT says the longest is Nile, so go with Nile. Now, North America, you see, North America and South America are divided by a very small piece of water body here. Actually, I will give you a very good video about this Isthmus of Panama. Isthmus क्या होता है? Isthmus is land which is surrounded by water, or ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि it's a water divide between the land. Bridge का उल्टा होता है isthmus, ऐसे समझो. Forget about मैंने जो बोला पीछे. That was the mistake. Isthmus you can understand as a water bridge. What does bridge do? Bridges connect to land masses. Bridge will connect to land masses. Isthmus connects to water bodies. So you'll see here you have Pacific Ocean and here you have Atlantic Ocean, and both of these is connected by Panama Canal. इसके लिए इसको Isthmus बोलते हैं, Isthmus of Panama. Three oceans surround this continent. So South Africa is surrounded by Atlantic Ocean, South African Ocean, and Pacific Ocean. South America has the world's largest river, Amazon. समझ में आ गया? Longest river is Nile, largest river is Amazon. Isthmus is a narrow strip of land joining two land masses. ये तो land masses को connect कर रहा है. अच्छा, I think I made a mistake. A strait joins two water bodies. A strait joins two water bodies, and an isthmus joins two land masses. ठीक है? I stand corrected. I hope all of you are not noting it down. If you have noted it down, correct it. Isthmus will join two land masses. तो ये बड़ा land mass is North America. तो एक दूसरा land mass is South America, and it is joined by the Isthmus of Panama. And a strait is what I told you here. Two water bodies are joined by a strait. So here we have strait between India and Sri Lanka. Strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two large water bodies like sea and oceans. Australia is called an island continent. You know about Australia, it's a country as well as a continent, and it's an island. Hydrosphere में we have the blue planet. 71% is the water vapor इसमें count कर रहा है फिर से. 97% of the water is found in the ocean, and it's too salty to use. I think all of this you know. 97.5% in the ocean. Only fresh water is 2.5%. This question has been asked by UPSC many a times. The distribution of fresh water. अभी जो फ्रेश वाटर है हम देखेंगे शायद 7th की क्लास में और अच्छे से डिफाइन किया है. तो आइस सीट और ग्लेशियर्स के फॉर्म में मोस्ट ऑफ दिस फ्रेश वाटर इज देयर एंड वेरी स्मॉल परसेंटेज ऑफ दिस 2.5% वी कैन यूज. ओशंस के देखें तो हमारे पास 5 ओशंस है. पैसिफिक ओशन. पैसिफिक ओशन इज जस्ट पैसिफिक ओशन इज 1/3 ऑफ द अर्थ. अटलांटिक ओशन सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट ओशन है विच डिवाइड्स America or which divides North America and Europe. It's called as busiest ocean because a lot of trade happens between Europe and USA. Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after India, and Southern Ocean which encircles Antarctica. Antarctica को जो चारों तरफ से घेरे हुए है, this is Southern Ocean. And then we have Bering Strait. It's a shallow stretch of shallow water. अब यहाँ पे देखोगे here, this part is Russia, this part is USA, and this is known as Bering Strait. Strait, not street. अब एटमोस्फेयर. तो एक चीज पहले याद रख लो, इट्स वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग मेनी अ टाइम्स वी मिस कि कौन सा लेयर कब है. सो जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस. टी शर्ट में थर्मल. मेनी ऑफ यू माइट हैव सीन बॉयज बियर टी शर्ट ओवर थर्मल्स. तो कैसे क्या याद रखना है? टी शर्ट में थर्मल. टी इज ट्रोपोस्फियर, एस इज स्ट्रेटोस्फियर, मे इज मेसोस्फियर एंड थर्मल इज थर्मोस्फियर. तो अभी तक जितना कंफ्यूजन हुआ होगा वो शायद अब नहीं होगा. फर्स्ट इज टी, सेकंड इज एस एम एंड देन थर्मल. ठीक है. याद रहेगा टी शर्ट में थर्मल. इजी. चलो ठीक है, आज स्टॉप करते हैं यहीं पे. कल मिलते हैं. बहुत कुछ है डिस्कस करने को. कल नहीं, नेक्स्ट सैटरडे को. मेरा मिस्टेक. नेक्स्ट सैटरडे को मिलेंगे एंड आई होप यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू रीड ऑलरेडी. In between, I may be taking a class upon how to choose optionals. So we are going to start a class of sociology optional. Those who are interested can contact. अप्रैल में स्टार्ट करेंगे और बस बीच में आंसर राइटिंग का भी एक सेशन लेंगे. बहुत टाइम हो गया. आंसर राइटिंग तो अभी नहीं करते हैं. आंसर राइटिंग थोड़ा रुक के करेंगे बिकॉज most of the people are preparing for prelims. So about agricultural optional, you text me, I will add you in a group. About note making, I think we talked yesterday. You missed it. Yes, Kapil. हाँ, सोशियो ऑप्शन के लिए टेक्स्ट करो. ज्योग्राफी मैंने पढ़ा दिया है तो अभी डू नॉट गेट एक्साइटेड कि ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल ले लेंगे. ज्योग्राफी seems interesting because I too had a lot of interest in geography. लेकिन जैसे जैसे जाते हैं तो ज्योग्राफी थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता जाता है. और PSIR इज गुड. अच्छा, अक्षय. अच्छा, PSIR ठीक है, बट PSIR के साथ प्रॉब्लम ये है ना कि there is only one teacher and her rate is so high. तब किसी ने तो मेरे किसी स्टूडेंट ने मैसेज पे किया कि सर मैंने एडमिशन ले लिया एंड she took about 70,000-80,000 for optional, and then after that she started asking students to join टेस्ट सीरीज ऑफ अनदर 22,000 रुपीज. तो मुझे मैसेज कर रहा था कि सर गरीब लोगों का क्या होगा. तो वही है, PSIR में थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी हो गया है, बट इट्स अ गुड ऑप्शन इफ यू कैन डू इट ऑन योर ओन. मैथमेटिक्स विनय इज अ गुड ऑप्शनल, बट अगेन you need to be really interested in that. बहुत ज्यादा ही एकदम डेडिकेटेड हो उसके लिए तो ठीक है. Anthropology is okay. PubMed is also good. It finally boils down to do you have a teacher for that. Medical science is okay. हिंदी लिटरेचर तो ठीक है. लिटरेचर थोड़ा सा वो हो जाता है, मतलब काफी लेंदी हो जाता है. तो कर सकते हो तो. अबाउट PMP बात करेंगे, PMP के बारे में. यस हर्षदेव, आई हैव. फिजिक्स ठीक है. फिजिक्स मतलब वही है कि मैथ्स साइंस वाले सब्जेक्ट लेने में गाइडेंस बहुत कम मिलता है, और तुम्हें बहुत यू विल बी कंपीटिंग विथ वेरी इंटेलिजेंट स्टूडेंट्स जो IIT से आ रहे हैं, जिनको जो एक्सपर्ट हैं उस फील्ड के, वो लोग ले रहे हैं फिजिक्स, वो लोग ले रहे हैं मैथ्स. यू वांट टू compete with such people, you can, बट खुद से करना एक तो मुश्किल होता है. तो ठीक है, बात करेंगे एक नेक्स्ट सेशन. कब किया जाए बताओ, ऑप्शन का सेशन कब कर सकते हैं? कल. कल तो नहीं, नेक्स्ट सैटरडे को. वेडनेसडे को करते हैं. वेडनेसडे को करेंगे रात में, अबाउट 16 को, अबाउट 8 PM, है ना? 16 को 8 PM करेंगे. अब जो लोग पर्सनल मेंटरशिप के लिए बोल रहे हैं, तो पर्सनल मेंटरशिप बैच डेली चलता है, और लाइक मंडे टू फ्राइडे. इसमें हम सब सारे स्टैंडर्ड्स बुक कवर करते हैं. इसमें मेंस का जितना भी तुम्हारा एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक्स है, एथिक्स, IR, आंसर राइटिंग, टेस्ट सीरीज, जब सब कुछ कवर करते हैं. करंट अफेयर्स की डेली क्लासेस होती हैं. तो ये पर्सनल मेंटरशिप अलग प्रोग्राम है, दैट इज ऑफ 15,000 फॉर 1 ईयर. मतलब 23 तक मेंस के, 23 मेंस तक के लिए 15,000 का अलग पर्सनल मेंटरशिप का प्रोग्राम है. वो बहुत लोग ज्वाइन भी हैं इस बैच में भी. चलो. और no class on Saturday? No, this class will be on Saturday. Why it will not be? Like these NCERT classes will be on Saturday. This happens only on Saturday and Sunday. So this will continue. We have to cover a lot. Like देख रहे हो कितना स्लो चल रहे हैं हम. As per the schedule, we would have covered class 7 NCERT today as well. But these few topics are very interesting and very time consuming. Many of you, कितने लोगों ने पहले पढ़ा था इन टॉपिक, ये बताओ सच सच. How many of you have tried reading these topics before? और क्या लगा, मतलब आज पढ़ के कैसा लगा कि कुछ अंतर लगा कि खुद से पढ़े थे और आज जब क्लास में पढ़ा तो? के टाइप से बात की. कपिल कह रहे कि बहुत घातक लगा खुद से पढ़े. हाँ दीप, मुझे रिकॉर्डिंग में डाल देता हूँ. ठीक है, रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगा. So how you guys are like doing? कितने लोग, if I ask you all कि how much motivated you are about UPSC, how will you rate yourself? खुद का एक रेटिंग बताओ. मान लो कि मुझे 1 to 10 में ऐसा रेट करना है. Where do you see yourself? कि how much serious you are? तुमको लगता है, don't ask about it. तुम्हें क्या लगता है? I want the comment from all 44 of you. How much serious you are for preparation? Raising is 5. Priya is saying 7. Solucan is 5, 4. Just rate it out. Just give me a number and I don't want much further explanation. Just मैं देखना चाहता हूँ तुम लोग क्या सोचते हो. Then I will ask some of you कि क्यों ये रेटिंग दे रहे हो. Okay, so श्वेता कह रही है कि 8 है, तो चलो श्वेता से ही पहले पूछते हैं कि why श्वेता thinks she is 8. श्वेता, can you raise your hand? हाँ बताओ श्वेता.
सर काफी ज्यादा मोटिवेशन है, लाइक कुछ करना है करियर में, एंड आईएएस बहुत बड़ा ड्रीम रहा है बचपन से ही.
Why you are not joining a proper coaching? दिल्ली क्यों नहीं जा रही हो?
सर अभी कॉलेज फर्स्ट ईयर.
कॉलेज फर्स्ट ईयर में, उसके बाद दिल्ली चली जाओगी?
इफ पॉसिबल हुआ तो जरूर.
So that's what I want. That's why I wanted to ask this. Is going to Delhi is your level of seriousness? Is there any connection between joining a coaching institute and your preparation of like level of seriousness? कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि हम कोचिंग ज्वाइन कर लेंगे तो ही हम सीरियस हुए हैं, कोचिंग नहीं ज्वाइन किए तो सीरियस नहीं है. और सीरियस तैयारी तो तब शुरू होगी जब कोचिंग ज्वाइन कर लेंगे. कुछ कहना चाहते हो कमलेश, हर्षदीप? हाथ उठा हुआ है. तो मैंने तैयारी की कॉलेज में.
So we get to see many competition.
हाँ, उसका भी एक मिथ
Yes, sir.
उसका भी मैं एक मिथ तुम लोगों को बता देता हूँ कि कंपटीशन देखने को मिलता है. एक्चुअली क्या होता है व्हेन यू गो टू दिल्ली? आई होप मेनी ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स आर इन दिल्ली.
Yes, sir. They are studying in Jawaharlal Nehru University.
When I went to Delhi, I also had this idea. So मैं तो गया था तो I had already qualified prelims. So after qualifying prelims, I went there, and I also thought like there will be such a good environment and all the people are preparing for UPSC. Within a few days, I realized that 95% students are not at all serious. Not at all serious. 50% of the students are in Delhi because they do not want to stay at home. उनको घर पे नहीं रहना इसलिए वो दिल्ली आए. उसका पढ़ने से नहीं पढ़ने से अबाउट यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन दे डू नॉट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग. पहली चीज क्या करेंगे, वो सितंबर अक्टूबर में जाएंगे और नेक्स्ट मंथ दे विल प्लान कि ओके लेट्स गो टू मनाली, शिमला चलते हैं यार, लबासना देख के आते हैं, देयर इज स्नोफॉल. अरे आज ये वाली मूवी आई है, चलो मूवी देख कर आते हैं. अरे पढ़ना तो है, इट्स 1 year प्रिपरेशन, तो बीच में थोड़ा सा ब्रेक तो बनता है यार. एंड यू विल बी caught in such a bad friend circle. Anybody who is already in Delhi, by the way? कोई है दिल्ली में? अभिषेक नहीं है शायद आज क्लास में. तो आपकी फ्रेंड सर्कल ऐसी होगी ना कि आपको पढ़ने के लिए मोटिवेट करने वाले लोग कम होंगे. There will be very few people to motivate you to study. There are a lot of people to deviate you from the studies. You will think that I will go to Delhi and I will start studying for 10 hours, 12 hours, because I will not have anything to do and I will devote all my time to studies. But it actually doesn't work like that. It will become difficult for you to attain the classes. 90% of the students do not even attain the full class. वो घर पे self study तो छोड़ दो. Self study and doing homeworks and doing assignments, भूल जाओ. 90% students do not even come to the classes. They do not complete their course. Midway, आधा के आधा छोड़ा. Because they're busy in 100 other things. The only good chance that all of you have to prepare, if you really want to clear UPSC, is to become serious wherever you are. I have told you multiple times, I'm telling you again, I started my preparation in college, and there is no better place to start a serious UPSC preparation than in college. The time that you have in college, the level of dedication that you have in college, just try to shield yourself away from the friends, the circle which is deviating you. Stop watching TV series and YouTube and stop wasting your time on social media and get focused in the college. And this is where you can really be serious and crack the exam in the very first attempt. The sooner students realize that coaching is not going to help, the sooner they crack the exam. I'm teaching you, but I know my role is not like, how many students do you think are enrolled in these NCERT batches? ये तो मतलब बहुत कम, like it's free, almost free course. But out of 1,500 students, not even 50 people are attending the class. So actual competition is very small. हाँ विनय बताओ, कुछ कहना चाहते हो? You can unmute yourself.
Right now, sir, nothing. But after, first you say, after I will ask you something
बोलो बोलो
later.
बोलो बोलो. Ask. Again, I have to unmute you. Raise your hand. Now you can unmute yourself. Without.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, how many hours did you give for UPSC?
We'll come to that question.
Okay.
Vinay,
Sir, I'm asking you right now. I'm doing MTech in IIT Guwahati. In your college, how much do you time spend per day, and what is your strategy for the UPSC preparation? Yes.
let's see. Well, many of you will be frightened. I know. I was telling this to the sociology but students. How many times I have been going through this. कुछ लोग जो पुराने हैं उन लोगों के लिए थोड़ा repetitive भी हो सकता है. If I tell you about my usual day, how I used to prepare. Now everybody can have a different style, but I am a person who likes to sleep early and who like to wake up early. So in the second year, in about third semester, I became like really serious कि अभी तो UPSC ही करना है. There's nothing else. I've told before as well, like I had make this very clear. The clarity is very important to what you want to actually do in your life. Many of you are stuck and you are looking for plan B or plan C or plan D कि भाई ये नहीं हुआ तो क्या करेंगे. I was very clear in my mind. I was doing BTech with IT. Luckily, I was not in a very good college. So I had a lot of time on my hand. It was to do whatever I wanted to do. So first, I spent 1 year like most of you कि क्या करना है नहीं पता. Trying to learn coding and Java and C++ and C. In second year, I realized कि नहीं होगा, मतलब ये नहीं करना है अभी. Third year से मैं serious होता हूँ तो my routine is like I will wake up somewhere any time. Like I do not set alarm. Even today, I do not set alarm to wake up. Many of you would have been setting the alarm to wake up. If you have to set an alarm to wake up, that means you are not dedicated enough for your goal. You're not serious enough. I will tell you how to get rid of the alarm as well. Initially, I also used to use alarm, but later then it became a second habit. So what I used to do is that I will wake up between sometime 2:30 भी उठा हूं मैं. मान लो कि नॉर्मल जो एक टाइम है, it will be around 4 to 5. मैं प्लान करता था अपना स्टडी सेशन कि I have to read something between 5 to 7. So if I'm able to wake up before 5, 5 is the optimum time that I have to wake up. But if I am able to wake up at 2:30, at 3 or 4:30, anytime, the first thing that you have to do is कि as soon as you wake up, you leave your bed. पहला काम तो ये कर लो कि बेड छोड़ दो, उठ जाओ, बिस्तर से निकल जाओ. This is half the battle won. Now this is summer. In winters, this is specifically very important. You leave your bed. I will show you some image how I used to sleep. कुछ लोगों ने देखा भी होगा. As a student, what you can do is make a temporary bed. Do not keep a permanent bed. Permanent bed का मतलब कि उसमें हमेशा 24 घंटे ऐसा बिस्तर गद्दा लगा हुआ है, ऐसा बेड मत रखो. Take something, keep something that you can fold. तो तुम उठो और बेड फोल्ड करके रख दो कि अब तुम्हारे पास बेड नहीं है. नाउ देयर इज नो ऑप्शन टू गो बैक एंड स्लीप. आई विल वेक अप एनीवेयर. जब भी नींद टूट जाएगा विद द फर्स्ट कॉन्शियसनेस, जैसे मुझे लगा कि नाउ आई एम वेक अप, तो आई एम अप नाउ, अप फॉर द गेम. Now, I have not planned anything for this time. My planning, my schedule start with 5. So in this time, I am free to do whatever I want to do. If there is something that I have missed previous day, if I have something to memorize and I have not memorized it, if there is something that I have to revise, I will do all those sorts of things here. I used to do a lot of social service. I was running different clubs. तो मुझे उनके लिए कुछ प्लान करना है. आई विल डू इन दिस टाइम फ्रॉम 5 to 7. दिस विल बी अ फिक्स्ड स्टडी शेड्यूल कि इस समय इतना पढ़ना है. 2 hour शेड्यूल. लेट्स सपोज आई हैव टू रीड जियोग्राफी, सो 2 hours आई विल रीड जियोग्राफी. जनरली इट यूज, पहले कभी मैं पढ़ाने जाता था तब तो मैं 7 बजे से 8 बजे तक पढ़ाने चला जाऊंगा. अगर पढ़ाने नहीं जा रहा हूँ तो देन आई विल टेक अ पॉज, अगेन स्टार्ट रीडिंग. 8 बजे से 8:30, 8 to 8:30 I will do yoga, meditation, whatever I can do. Exercises. This half an hour is fixed here. I will take bath at 8:30. The maid used to cook for us, so around 8:30 she would have prepared something. So I will take my breakfast. So generally as a breakfast I used to keep grams and some lentils. वो फुला के क्या बोलते हैं उसको, sprouts. So I will make sprouts. I will eat sprouts in the morning. I will, if I talk about, I will go to college. अगर मेरा college है तो I will go to college. So in college, if there is some important class, I will attend the class. I will study about that. But most of the classes are not important. Most of the teachers in Indian universities are not good. And any ratio in any university is 80 to 20. I think Vinay will even agree, when in IITs, this is the kind of ratio, maybe a little bit skewed. But wherever you are reading, even if you join a coaching institute, you will find this ratio. 20% teachers are good, 80% are just doing their duty. I will keep my UPSC books with me. Like if I'm reading NCERTs, I will keep my NCERTs with me. I will sit at the back of the class. I will read my NCERTs. If the teacher is very strict and he's checking and all, एक दो teacher होते हैं बहुत strict हैं, उनके period में आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो I will just listen to the class, make notes and will try to get the maximum out of it so that I don't have to prepare for that class again. जो पढ़ना है आराम से ठीक से उस क्लास में पढ़ लो, नहीं तो पीछे बेंच पे बैठो, एनसीईआरटी पढ़ो. एक स्पेशल टीचर थे हमारे यहाँ, नए फैकल्टी, and he used to teach very poorly, very, very poorly. And there were many like that. So I will read my own book. Sometimes in front of them, वो देख रहे हैं कि मैं अपनी किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ, दूसरी किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ. तो एक बहुत लोग तो कुछ बोलते ही नहीं थे, because they will see my seriousness. I'm not wasting the time. And even in the college, when you are serious, when you have that reputation कि नहीं आप time waste नहीं करते हो, ऐसा नहीं कि after the class they are seeing you that you are playing and you are laughing with students and are wasting your time on a tea stall, and in the class you are studying. I was serious enough to make use of my every 5-10 minutes here and there, and that's why teachers, I think they have also understood. तो नहीं बोलते थे टीचर, अगर किसी ने टोक दिया, the next day I will read their chapter, read the topic that they are going to teach, and I will read that in detail. एंड मैं उनसे अगले दिन क्लास में इतना क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, इतना क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, इतना क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा कि फिर अगले दिन से वो मुझे टोकना छोड़ देंगे. तो ऐसे ही मैंने सेकेंड ईयर में पूरा एनसीईआरटी क्लास में बैठ के खत्म किया है. फाइनल ईयर में क्या होता था, अभी एनसीईआरटी मैंने पढ़ लिया था सब, तो फाइनल ईयर में कॉलेज जाना भी कम हो गया था, बहुत अटेंडेंस का उतना चक्कर नहीं रहता था फाइनल ईयर में. सो in the final year I will do the same from 8 to 8:30. I will do the yoga meditation. I will get prepared till 9:30 से UPSC exam happens at 9:30. So at 9:30 I will sit down to give the test. I will give a mock test from 9:30. It takes about 1.5 years to give the test, and then if you read the explanations and all, it takes you about another 3 hours. So 9:30 to about 1:30 I will complete one mock test. I will take a break of half an hour or 1 hour. थोड़ा दोस्तों से बात कर लिया, थोड़ा पैर हाथ सीधा कर लिया, इधर उधर टहल के आ गए, दूसरे रूम में जाकर किसी से बात कर ली. At 2:30 again I will start giving another mock paper. So this will again take about 1.5 hour. I will check the explanations, try to learn if there are some new concepts there. And this will be around 5:30. From 6 to 7:30, 8, I used to go to teach students. That was something that I continued doing. And that was the school that I had founded. तो मुझे तो जाना ही था. So about 2 hours from 6 to 8, I will go there. And this was for all 3 years that I was doing. I was in college. Second, third, fourth year continued raha hai. I will come back at 8. About 8:30, I will have my lunch in between somewhere 8 to 8:30, which still I do. Around 9, उसके बाद अगर कुछ बचा है इस टेस्ट को अगर मैं खत्म नहीं कर पाया तो I will do that. Otherwise I will do current affairs in this period, because by that time all the portals would have updated their current affairs. इस 7:30 में मैं इधर न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ लेता था सुबह. 7 to 8 this time is fixed for newspaper. So any other current affairs update, current affairs quizzes, anything else that I want to do, I will do. If I have to read my optional or anything else is there to revise or read, I will read as per the plan. Around 8, around 10 is the time when I will go into that sleeping mode. Now there is a sleeping ritual. Many of you might not be aware, but तुम लोग अगर सुबह नहीं जग पाते, we'll talk about something कि how to sleep. There is a sleeping ritual. You need to train your mind to go into the sleep at time. So from 10, the sleep routine will start. I will fall asleep somewhere between 10 to 11. Because इतना करने के बाद you will be tired, so much tired कि there is no energy left to do anything. And all this while I'm sitting on my chair. अभी भी मैं अपने चेयर पे कम से कम, अभी मैंने रिसेंटली चेयर अपग्रेड कर लिया, बट अभी भी मैं अपने चेयर पे इजीली 10 घंटे 12 घंटे बैठता हूँ. उस समय भी 10-12 घंटे मैं आराम से चेयर पे बैठता था. So now, how many hours I am preparing for UPSC? I don't think there is any count. When you are preparing for UPSC, you are preparing for UPSC. You are all in. You are 100% in. you are thinking about UPSC, anything you are looking at, anybody you are interacting to, you are trying to learn something. सो रहे हो, जाग रहे हो, यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे हो, जितना तुम्हारे पास टाइम है उसको तुम यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो. अभी कोई ऐसा फिक्स शेड्यूल नहीं है. अब इसमें क्या है, किसी दिन मुझे कॉलेज जाना है तो एवरीथिंग आई हैव टू लीव. नाउ एग्जाम्स विल कम एंड एवरीथिंग आई हैव टू लीव. आई विल लीव एवरीथिंग, बट nobody can take that initial 2 hours in the morning from my hand. If I am waking up early, I have a head start. कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ मैं उस टाइम में. So I will continue my current affairs preparation. I will continue reading the book, the subject that I am reading. ज्यादा फ्राइटनिंग लग रहा है और पॉसिबल लग रहा है, कैन बी डन.
Yes, sir.
क्या यस सर मतलब किया जा सकता है या फ्राइटनिंग है?
Yes, sir. I can do like that. I am feeling.
तो अभी वो पूछना बंद कर दो. अगर सीरियस हो तो पूछना बंद कर दो कि कितने घंटे पढ़ सकता हूं. एवरी मिनट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. मैं फाइंडिंग 5 minutes, like I told you कि for 2 hours I will go back and I will talk to my friends. तो मैं वो जाके ये नहीं बात कर रहा हूँ कि अरे वो वाली लड़की को देखा क्या, उसने क्या किया, और उस लड़के को देखा क्या, उसका क्या हुआ. I will read something, like I am able to explain you so many things. It's only because I have this natural curiosity to explain things to people. तो मैं वो रूम से निकलूंगा और दोस्तों कुछ पता मतलब नहीं है कि व्हाट ज्योग्राफी इज एंड व्हाई वी हैव मॉनसून, बट मैं उन लोगों को जबरदस्ती सुनाऊंगा कि देख भाई आज ना मैंने ये मजेदार टॉपिक पढ़ा है एकदम. डरखाइम है ना एक सोशियोलॉजिकल थिंकर, उसने तो यार क्या खतरनाक थ्योरी दी है यार, दिस इज इट. And in 2 hours I will explain whatever I have read. I will revise that while telling to them. And I will try to make the conversation very interesting for them also. उनको थोड़ा मजा भी आए सुनने में. And that's why my classes are a little bit interesting, because मुझे वो लगता है कुछ भी पढ़ा रहे तो थोड़ा सा engaging होना चाहिए. तो when you are preparing full time, all in, और कुछ नहीं है. Work upon your personality. Other than UPSC, if you are spending any other time, that time should be spent upon your personality development. If you are getting some opportunity to participate in quizzes, if you are getting an opportunity to participate in live debate, extempore speaking, वहाँ participate करो. If you are getting an opportunity to lead someone, lead a group, do that. बाकी जो टाइम है वो यूपीएससी के लिए है. चलो ठीक है, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट सैटरडे को. आई विल टेल यू ऑल द लिंक्स, बुक्स, पीडीएफ सब भेज दूंगा, चिंता मत करो. सोनाली पोएम, एक पोएम सुनाता हूँ which has been a very motivating poem for myself. जब भी कुछ मैं थोड़ा सा डाउन फील करता हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि शायद सही रास्ते पे नहीं जा रहा हूँ, शायद कुछ बदलना चाहिए, डाउन फील कर रहा हूँ, तो शायद मैंने सुनाया भी होगा कुछ लोग. मैंने सुनाया था क्या तुम लोगों को, पथ भूल न जाना पथ के कहीं. समोई सुनाया था मैंने?
No, sir.
पुराने बैच वालों को, पुराने, अच्छा, पायल के, हाँ सुनाया था मैंने। अच्छा ठीक है, कुछ दूसरा सुनाता हूँ आज फिर। क्या सुनाऊं? जो मैंने बहुत कुछ सुना दिया तुम लोगों को। मैं एक्चुअली दोज हु आर न्यू दे, हम हर सैटरडे, मतलब हर क्लास के एंड में ऐसा करते हैं, ट्राई टू, अब ये